Cooper hasn't had a drop of alcohol since he was 29 years of age, way over a decade ago. And in today's video, I'm going to explain exactly how you can use the same strategies that Bradley Cooper used to stop drinking on your own drinking. Now, I have already made a video talking about Bradley Cooper's journey to sobriety, and if you click the link above the video here somewhere, you will be able to get access to that video. But today what I want to do is I want to take away 3 key ideas from Bradley Cooper's sobriety, and I want to show you how you can apply this in your own life. So we're literally going to be talking about his strategy that's kept him sober for over a decade. So his strategy definitely works. And by the end of the video, you're going to know how you can do the exact same thing as him. So this is going to be a very powerful video. And ladies and gentlemen, just before we get into the video, if you actually want my personal help stopping drinking, where we use first principles thinking to help you reframe the way you view alcohol, and then we use coaching to focus on building a better life, like improving fitness and health, and improving our relationships with our family, improving our career and our business, then click the link in the description and book a phone call with me. You and I can jump on a call and see if working together could be a good match. I've got clients from places like Forbes, like NASA, like PayPal, Google. I've been featured in Men's Health, BBC, Unilad. And if you go over to soberclear.com/reviews, you'll just see dozens and dozens of testimonials from people that have helped. So if you want more details on the program, click the link in the description, book that call. And now let's get into the video. So first, very quickly, why did Bradley Cooper drink? Well, after researching, there were 3 things that led Bradley Cooper to drink. The first was a feeling of pressure. The second reason was disappointment in one of the earlier roles that he was cast in. And the third reason was depression. And basically, all these 3 things lie in wanting to escape. He didn't want to face life. He just wanted to have some drinks and forget about everything. And I'm sure that you guys can relate to that. I certainly can. But the first thing that we need to do is we need to break down the turning point, because this is the foundation of his sobriety. So, the turning point for Cooper was when he met with Will Arnett, who's best known for his role as Gob Bluth in Arrested Development. Basically, Cooper and Arnett, and maybe some other people, went out for a dinner, and Cooper thought that he was being funny and charismatic and very charming. And he asked him something like, "How was I last night?" Thinking that Arnett would be like, "Oh, you were great." And Arnett just basically turned around and said that you were an asshole. And Cooper said that this was the first time that he realized that he had a drug and alcohol problem. And this is really the first thing that we need to apply from Cooper's sobriety. It's actually accepting that we have an issue. Without accepting we have an issue, we'll just keep doing this for decades. If you don't accept you've got an issue, there's really nobody that can help you. Now, for some people, they need to get to a rock bottom moment to realize this. They need somebody that they admire to turn around and go, "Yeah, do you know what? You're behaving like a complete idiot." Other people, they need to get a DUI. They need to blow up their business. They need their wife to divorce them. Now, obviously, that's not 100% necessary, but just really ask yourself, is the alcohol helping? Because I promise you that it's not doing anything for you at all. But the thing is I can tell you a million reasons why you shouldn't drink, but the only thing that matters is you come to the conclusion that you've got an issue. So the first thing that we need to get sober, like Cooper, is admitting that we do have an issue with alcohol. I'm not saying you've got to say you're powerless or anything like that, but you do need to know that you've got a problem. So let's get into the second thing that we need to get sober like Cooper. Now, Cooper once said in an interview that he doesn't do drink or do drugs anymore. He said, "I realized I wasn't going to live up to my potential, and that scared the hell out of me. I thought, wow, I'm actually going to ruin my life. I'm really gonna ruin it." Now, there are really 2 sides to the equation here for Cooper, and 2 things that we can learn from him. The first thing is that he realized that if he kept going on this path of destruction, he was going to ruin his life. I had that realization as well, and that's a hard realization to come to because it hurts. I knew that if I kept doing what I was doing when I was drinking, I would put myself in an early grave. I don't even know if I'd have made it to 30. I'm not even joking, because I just drank like a lunatic. And Cooper realized this as well, and that takes a lot of hard introspection. If you're okay with leaving your kids behind 15 years early, then so be it. But I know you're not. But like I said, you need to come to that realization. I can say all the things in the world, but you need to know that if you keep doing this, it's not going to get better. It's a slippery slope downwards that is going in one direction. So Cooper realized this. But the other thing Cooper realized is that if he didn't drink alcohol, he could live up to his potential. So Cooper had a future to go towards. He knew that he could do so much more of his life. And we need this. Right? Every single person that is on their journey to not drinking alcohol needs to have this side of the equation. Whether they're using therapists or counselors or rehabs or AA, it doesn't matter. We need a future to go towards. We need to know that if we remove alcohol, that life would get better. Because if we think that it's going to get worse, then why would we want to change? In an interview with Barbara Walters, Cooper also said that he wouldn't be in that interview right now if he was still drinking. He couldn't have made the connections. He couldn't have been the person that he needed to be.
In your late 20s, you stopped drinking.
Stopped drinking, yeah.
Very difficult?
No, beautiful. Unbelievable.
Better?
Oh, are you kidding? I would never be sitting here with you. No way, no chance.
Because?
Because I wouldn't have been able to have access to myself or other people, or even been able to take in other people if I hadn't changed my life. No way. And I never would have been able to have relationships that I do. I never would have been able to take care of my father the way I did when he was sick. So many things.
So basically, Cooper knew that if he got rid of alcohol, he would level up in every single area, and he did. He went on to achieve success that, 99.999% of the population will never see. And he attributes that to not drinking alcohol. Extremely powerful stuff, but we need this. We need to know that if we keep on this path, it's a path of destruction that is going downwards. And the second thing we need is that we need to know that if we remove it, we can reach our potential. Now, the third thing that Cooper used to not drink alcohol was his daughter. Cooper has a daughter, and that was one of his big motivating factors. Now, I have worked with people before who have tried to stop drinking alcohol for somebody else. Their wives told them to stop drinking, their kids are disappointed with them, and they didn't really want to change, but they did it for somebody else. And guess what happened? For those people, it got to a point where they failed. And the reason why is not because my program doesn't work, it's because their reason for doing it wasn't for themselves. So that's why I had to put the second point in this video before this point, because you need those things before you do this for somebody else. Now, you can still have your family to be a motivating factor. That's a great motivating factor. Your kids, your spouse, your parents, whoever it may be. Wanting to change to be a better father and husband and son and daughter, etc., is an amazing motivating factor, but you cannot just do it for them, right? It's never going to work if you do it for them. You need to do this for yourself, just like Cooper did, just like I've done, and just like pretty much every single person that successfully stopped drinking alcohol long term, they're doing this for themselves. Take no shame in wanting to make yourself better. And then having other motivating factors outside of yourself is perfectly fine. But it doesn't work, just like Cooper has. His daughter was one of his biggest motivators. My family are one of my biggest motivators. Anyway, guys, if you click the video on the screen now, you can learn how Ramona stopped drinking alcohol, and now she's actually over 2 years without a drink. So click the video on the screen now.